Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike is qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
Dennis Simpson here, Hot Springs Village Inside Out, and it's time to slow down. It really is. And no, that doesn't mean we're changing our schedule or anything else like that's happening. It's just that time of year. It's the time of year when I find it to me, it's God's plan, but that's me. If you believe that there's not a superior creator or an intelligent design somewhere, that's fine with me. It just looks incredible to me that after we literally start in early spring, March here in Arkansas, and we work our full selves to death till the end of September, October, beginning of November, it's time to slow down. Time to take a breath. Time to have a fall harvest. Hopefully it's been a good year. Hopefully it's been productive. Hopefully you are set for the winter, as the farmers might say. But in all actuality, excuse me, it is time. It is time to slow down. Life can't be a nonstop rush race to everything. I realized that when it got a little slower, and it did slow down a little, I literally realized that it seemed a little boring. Maybe boring's good. Maybe you need some boring. Maybe you need to take a second and you need to look around at the very hard work you've done this year. The successes, the gains, the mistakes, maybe the things you've learned from, hopefully, this year. Maybe from all those things, it's time for you to look around and recognize it's time to be thankful. Frankly, my favorite holiday of the year. I've never gotten anybody the wrong gift for Thanksgiving. I've just never had too much drama about Thanksgiving. It's a time when we eat and get together, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a more thankful guy than me. Saw a sign the other day that said, if you think being blessed means you have money, you don't understand. I think anyone who's had a serious illness, who's lost a loved one this last year, who's struggled, and Lord knows, man, Every one of us have had more than our fair share of struggles this year and in the last 2 years with the pandemic. We're looking to put all that behind us. We're looking to put the inflation, the issues, the ups and downs, the supply chain, not being able to buy toilet paper, of all things. Really? I'm ready to put all that behind me and move ahead. But I never want to forget what we're thankful for. I know I speak for myself and Randy. We are beyond words thankful to you, our listeners and viewers. This little project that Randy and I started about a year and a quarter ago, we never dreamed. We're looking at the backside of 175 episodes. And I sat down with this microphone and this camera and looking like Satan on the video because I couldn't get the lighting right. About 15, 16 months ago. And it has been an incredible ride. And we are incredibly thankful for you. And I know I speak for Randy when I say that. Could not have imagined, could not have fathomed. Probably wouldn't have changed a thing. Fantastic sponsors, great partners like KVRE, Clara Nicolosi at Remax, who has been as gracious as could possibly be. We just added Ike Eisenhower. But the little podcast that could, if you would, has really turned into something. And yes, I'm extremely thankful for that. Yeah, okay. We have grabbed a microphone and an internet connection and cast our bread upon the water, to use a biblical term. And it's come back many, many, many fold. Thousands would be my guess. You've listened, you've been patient, you've watched, you've been considerate. I think out of and I could tally it up, but it would be, I'm going to stab at it, over 175 episodes, hundreds of thousands of watchers and listeners. I think that it would be fair to say we've had one complaint. We've had some suggestions, and I mean that in love. They really did mean it in love. They weren't trying to crawl us about anything. We've had just 5 or 6 of those. But the warmth and the love and the graciousness that you people have given to us, beyond words, beyond words. I'm thankful for my health. I guarantee you that anyone who has a significant amount of money would exchange it all for their health if that were an option. Not to say that healthcare is not as expensive as that these days, but the struggles that you've had, that we've all had over the last couple of years, it's beyond comparison with anything and everything. But it's not just a blessing. It's a blessing to be with you. It's a blessing to you welcome us into your homes and your cars and your families and your big screen projectors, I hear tell. People have told us stories about this. It's a delight. It's a delight, and it is an honor, not something we take lightly. My lovely wife and I and Randy will talk about this, about, would this be good for the show? Would this make good material? And not just whether it's fancy or smashy or a big name or something. Would I want to watch it? Would I sit down and go, man, it's kind of interesting. That's curious, and I'm curious enough to see that. But I keep going back to the analogy of the farmer. I think that part of our sin as a society is that we've gotten too far away from farming, from the land. It's still a joy to bring this to you every week, twice a week, frankly, to be exact. And we wonder what would make it better. What would make it better if you emailed us and gave us some more suggestions, like Tim Ernst and some others, because these are great people. I'm trying to think if in 170 plus shows, if I've ever really interviewed anybody I didn't like. And no, not really. I think everybody we've interviewed was fascinating in one way or the other. From Erin, who you'll see her show again, her recent show, who was the receptionist or the office manager at Village Chiropractic. Wonderful lady. Well, we've done an update on her. And she is rocking and rolling. You're going to be very proud to see her success. I'm happy for her. I'm very happy for her. We've got just about everything lined up for the Saturday and Sunday morning editions of Hot Springs Village Inside Out Radio. We've got those shows produced and cut and directed. We're trying to fit them into a time slot, probably going to be mid-morning on Saturdays and Sunday mornings. So you don't have to get up too early to listen to those. But basically what we're going to do is take snippets of the music that we love, just fun music, and put that together with some of our interviews. You'll hear Miss Christy Bennett, the police chief, say, "Those aren't my pants." You'll hear Kelly Hale say why they call him Dr. No. But again, for me and Randy and for our society, we've stepped away from agriculture and being connected with the outdoors too much, I believe. Because in the fall, everybody slows down. The trees slow down. The plants slow down. The animals slow down. Everything slows down because it's supposed to. We cannot go 110% year round and be sane, healthy, whole, and happy. Just doesn't happen that way. It's time for you, I'm talking to you, Dennis, to slow down a little. We've got shows cut weeks in advance. We're good. But we still try and make it better. And we're still trying to get better guests. And Lord knows we're still trying to get better hosts. But we're trying. And we're going to slow down. And we're going to take some time. And you need to do the same. It's in your best health. No matter how you see the scriptures, no matter what religion you are, there is a season for rest. There is a season to slow down. I think it makes a perfect opportunity to be grateful and thankful. And if you don't think you have much to be thankful for, I don't think you're paying attention. Don't mean that critically, but you're not paying attention. You have the breath in your lungs today. You have for our United States listeners and viewers, the greatest country in the world. Nobody saves and fights and struggles so they can get to Poland. And Poland's a nice enough place. But that's not what they do. They want to come to America. We're the shining beacon on the hill. No exaggeration, no drama. I don't think that you would have to argue that. For all our flaws, and there are plenty, there's a lot of people who would like to come here. I wish you a wonderful holiday season. I will remind you of the etymology of that phrase, which is a holy day season. It's not a holiday, it's a holy day. And the holy days are not Black Friday, and the holy days are not the Christmas sale and the white sale in January. No. It's the time when we realize and acknowledge our Creator. When we appreciate things and we show gratitude, not just to our Creator, not just to whatever superior being you think there is, but to each other. Is it a natural that you're just going to get a Christmas bonus this year? I've worked so hard so many years, and Christmas bonus was not in the list. You say, well, Dennis, did you not do a good enough job? No, I was self-employed, or I worked with companies like my parents and I that it was tough. It was very, very tough. There was not an extra $500,000 sitting around. It was tough. For those of you that are still adjusting to the culture, and I'm not trying to be funny or change anything, I will tell you that a couple of years ago, when we were talking about people making a $15 an hour minimum wage, some of our shows, if you'll remember, I reminded people there were business owners in South Arkansas that did not make $15 an hour out the door. Well, Dennis, but they had other benefits. Yeah, but they're the owners and they've got their entire life stuck in this, and they've got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars invested in this. And when it doesn't make a profit, they don't make a profit. By the way, buy local, it's not just a jargon. It's how we should live our lives. We should be grateful for the people around us. We should be thankful. I'm going to ask you to entertain a thought with me for a minute as I close, and a few minutes of rambling on a late November afternoon. You need to slow down, as the good book says, and be still. And the purpose of slowing down and being still is to acknowledge God and a higher power and the people around you who help make your life possible. From the mailman to your employer, from your sisters and brothers to your children. You, my friend, are blessed. And frankly, it's time to act like it. Just got through interviewing Terry Wiley a few minutes ago. Fun guy, great family guy, great family guy. He was talking about taking his kids by to see the Christmas lights here in the village. He said he literally did it 11 times. Bad dads don't take their kids to the light show 11 times. He's grateful for those children. There may be frustrations. There may be aggravations. But you are blessed by the people around you. And it's time to act like that. It's time to tell them thank you, not just with a check, not just with a whatever. If you want to see people light up, tell them sincerely with your emotions, open up and tell them what you mean to them. There may be a tear shed. Excuse me. More than once, as a counselor, as a friend, I've had people tell me, well, I knew my daddy loved me. He just never said it. Ouch. Really? And that's sad. I think it is. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. In my own family, that's been a evolution. Their parents didn't tell them they loved them. It seemed kind of silly, right? I mean, you're doing absolutely everything you can to keep them from starving. And to tell them you love them seemed a little redundant. They probably figured that out. But it was a different time. It was a different era. Today is a different time and a different era. And you have no excuse. From the person at the furthest periphery of your influence and friendship to your spouse, your mate, your parents, your dog, your closest friends, you don't have any excuse. I'm not trying to kick people in the butt. You say, well, Dennis, why are you being so strong about this? Do you think that opening up to your friends and the people that you love and the people that make your life possible, and in case you don't get it, we live like kings. We live like kings. Are you seriously worried if you're going to make it to the spring? If you've got enough meat in the freezer or enough turnip greens in the yard? Really? No, no. You're in the wealthiest country in the world by any standard of any stretch of the imagination, with the strongest economy on the planet. You are not, pardon my term, struggling. You may not be as comfortable as you wish, but you're probably not struggling. I'm telling you all this to say, when you open up to that person at your periphery, at the far edge of your influence, and you say, thank you. I really appreciate what you do for me. I appreciate the way you cut my yard. I appreciate how dependable you are and how I don't have to worry about that. I appreciate how everything is just done. I appreciate when I go to the grocery store, the stores are stocked and they're not crooked and they're not messed up. Yes, are there supply chain shortages? Absolutely, there will be for the time to come. So what? You can make do with the regular peanut butter instead of the honey peanut butter. You're okay, I promise. But when you start living your life in a mode of gratitude, to look around you and see the dozens, if not hundreds of people it takes to sustain your lifestyle. You say, well, Dennis, I'm not doing that good. You pull up at the Shell station and there's gas in the tank and you can put gas out of that tank into your tank. Not exactly something you'd take for granted you would assume in a third world country or even a second world country. You are blessed in so many ways. You can't even fathom it. And when you open up and tell those people, initially you're thinking, wow, boy, that's going to really change them. Wrong. It's going to change you. Yeah, it's going to change you. You say, well, why is me telling the guy at the gas station, thanks for ordering gas this week so I can have some gas? Why is that going to change my life? Because you're going to begin a season of thankful living. You're going to see what it takes to make your life possible. I promise you, I am as guilty as everybody else in taking things for granted. I have some bright lights that shine in me so I can do this shot, but I'm grateful for the power company. I'm grateful for a little heater that keeps the room warm on a 35-degree day. Yes, I'm thankful for you. I'm deeply thankful for you. Even if I've never met you, I'm very thankful for you. And I sincerely appreciate that. It does not compare to the family I love, to the sweet dog I have in the front yard, to the supporting people that help me do what I do here in the village, from the radio staff, from the POA staff, from the police, from the fire, from the ambulance. We have nets under our lives in every direction. And we just walk right past them like they're always supposed to be there. Well, Dennis, that's their job. That's what they get paid to do. That is true. That is true. But I tell you what, let me let you go 2 or 3 days without electricity. Let me go, I don't know, 1 or 2 visits to the hospital without an ambulance. Let me let you go a couple of days without police that work 24 hours a day, round the clock, on Christmas, on New Year's, on Thanksgiving. Let me let you go a couple of days without these things. And I wouldn't have to be telling you about Thanksgiving. I wouldn't have to be telling you how to be grateful for things. No, I'm not spanking everyone. That's not my point. My point is to try for a season to look around and be sincerely and deeply grateful for the things that your Lord above has put in front of you. So, Dennis, I've got challenges right now. All I've got, I've got these health challenges. I've got these issues. I understand that. And I'm not saying life is without pain, but I promise you, on the other side of that health crisis, you're going to be thankful. You don't need a lecture from me. Wishing you happy holy days, great memories with your friends. I can't say that enough. Randy's father will be 100 this next year. It's kind of his goal. It'd be my goal. Do you think that when Randy drives across Dallas to go visit his family, to go visit his mother and his father, do you think Randy realizes that every second is borrowed time? Yeah, I know he does. By the way, staring at yourself on camera for 30 minutes and bearing your soul is not exactly as easy as it might sound. About a couple of weeks ago, we just got back with a vacation from my family, my mom and dad, well into their 80s. And we went to Gatlinburg. Boy, had it together till right here. Yeah. Incredibly special people. This year, some extremely pivotal people in my life have passed away. Thank you, Lord. It's not been my parents. Thank you. But I realized we're talking about borrowed time. They know it. I know it. Every second is a bonus, literally a bonus. It's, I wish for you what I have. I have a mate who works incredibly hard all the time. Every day, every day she works hard. She is so dedicated to her customers. And when we have a vacation, we typically vacation like, like you see dogs when somebody left the gate open. Yeah. Woo! We run off somewhere else. And we'll be in Puerto Vallarta. We'll be in Spain. We'll be in Southern California. We'll be wherever we can get to economically. And one of those two windows of the year, my lovely wife turned to me and said, "Why don't we go somewhere with your parents?" And you say, "Well, Dennis, why is that so remarkable?" Because I know how much we love our time alone. We really are, you won't believe it, frankly, rather private people. Here I'm spilling my guts every week on a camera. But to be frank about it, there's a lot of our lives we don't want to share, and a lot of time. We just love our time together. We really love our time together. And for her to offer, frankly, she insisted, let's do something with your parents. I want to go somewhere with your parents. They loved Gatlinburg. We loved Gatlinburg. There was more than one moment like this. Out of gratitude, out of thanks, out of a very, very, very full heart. Eulin R. Simpson turned to me one day and said, "You know, you and Tammy were great kids. Y'all never rebelled." And without flinching, I didn't take as long as it's taken me to say this sentence. I said, what would there be to rebel against? We had everything. We had a loving home. We had parents who would give us their attention and stay with us and help us at any moment. We didn't have everything financially. Nobody ever does. We didn't have that. Why would we? That's not as important as most people think it is. We had each other. We had love, unconditional love. And we had each other. Why would we rebel? What's there to rebel against? Yes, I understand that's pretty basic. And I also understand that you have to take the personalities of people involved. We had extremely understanding and very compassionate parents who were very mellow, very even-handed, didn't like drama. But there wasn't anything to rebel against. Most times there's not. Anyway, I wanted to share that story. I wanted to say thank you one more time. I want to encourage you, please, for you, not for them, for you, be thankful. Tell the people in your lives how special they are. We have several Airbnbs here in town, yes. And we rent them out and we make money doing that. Yes, of course. And I remember back in the 80s, it was super important to have a mission statement. So we have a mission statement. We love seeing families make great memories. There's nothing in the store. There's nothing in Amazon. There's nothing anywhere that will exceed the great memories you've made with your family. Nothing. Ever. We want you to make great memories with your family. I want you to make great memories with your friends and your support people and the ones that love you and take care of you. You will not be diminished in any way. It will be one of the blessings of your life, is if you are thankful to the people around you, see them in a whole new light. You don't have to be there. They don't have to be there either. Please, please, for you, be thankful. Let them know how much you appreciate them. For Hot Springs Village Inside Out, I'm Dennis Simpson. I'm going to relax and rest. How about you?
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.